welcome back. We swapped commentators for this. On the mic is going to be me, Orca, and I have Fashion here to go commentate with me.
Yes, hello everybody. Nice to be on.
For sure, for sure. We have level 10 here. These two players are going to do a warm-up song, I believe. And then we'll hop straight into their draw. Sbubby and Valgrind. Sbubby, I know, is a player that has hopped over to Ohio a bit in the past. Valgrind is a player I kind of recognize from ÅTHER stuff. They're one that's improved a ton recently, so I'm super excited to see both these players play here.
Yeah, and I'm interested by this song pick too. With this BPM, I'm used to seeing the higher level players really go strong with those faster BPMs with a lot of soft land. This is going to be interesting. Yeah. A lot of colorful notes coming up here.
Yeah, the cool thing too about watching these upper levels is just how close matches can be. There's really not a lot of points you can miss here. Level 10 and like up is really where you start to like hit the weeds. You can't mess up even a little bit. Players are gonna start PFCing pretty consistently, and so I mean even like 10 EX is gonna determine a whole set. Players get into the groove. I don't know if other commentators have said it in the previous sets, but there's a ton of noise pollution. So it may be a little hard for these players to hear the song at times. So these players are really going off of instinct and just like practice, practice, practice.
They're feeling the rhythm in their soul, so to speak.
Yeah, feel the rhythm in their soul. They'll match your eyes.
Still an incredibly close call, but again, this is the warm-up song.
Yeah, warm-up.
So it's a good glimpse into what we're going to have in this match, if anything, especially on this interesting of a song. If I'm not mistaken, 87 BPM. Notice their high speeds are 7 and 7.5. It's definitely an interesting one to get a glimpse into their skill sets.
Yeah, and like warm-ups can really be pretty evident of like what's going to happen later on these players. Neck and neck here, just getting their feet warmed up because it's really hard to hop straight on the pads and just go right into it. But I mean, these players putting up very similar scores. Only a couple breaks. Drops, I mean, Marvelous Chains, these white chains are looking crispy, so I'm getting super excited to see what their cards are. I believe this pool is going to be 14 through 17. Or 13 through 17 or 14 through 17, something like that. And so definitely some uppers are going to get played here.
I wonder how they're feeling right now with that close of a warm-up. That'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, players getting set up here for their card to start. And so they already decided upper C gives it which pad, and then the other C gets to decide the order that they play. So I think first pick here is going to be Fascination ESP, it looks like. Yeah, just from looking at the scores, it seems the score they've set would tell me anything. It seems like this is probably Valgrind's pick, I believe. Looks like they've grinded this a bit. Seems like it's just like a BPM change. Probably pretty simple.
I was going to say, sometimes people's skills lie in sight reading, so you never know what Sbubby is going to pull out for this one.
Show me what you got.
Jump right into it. Yeah, some funky rhythms here. Pick up the triplets. Holding neck and neck here for Procyon combo. A couple EX away from each other too. Valgrind pulling ahead by a tiny bit. Both players hitting that stop pretty massively. Ignore that. There we go. Players are indeed neck and neck.
Great chance for them to glance at their scores and see that they're almost tied at this point.
Yeah. Oh, a miss there from Valgrind. That's going to have them fall behind by about 4 EX here. Coming into the slowdown. Both players picking up grades. Yes, Sbubby coming ahead on this, actually. Holding very consistent.
Absolutely anybody's. It's going to come down to how they finish this one.
Yeah, not much longer. Only a couple measures left here. Again, another stop. Both players hitting that pretty well. Some final burst, some streams here to finish it out. But we really have to hold on this slowdown section if they want to take this point. Nice. Nice, and Sbubby's going to take it by about 14 points here. 14 EX.
Stage clear.
I do believe that was Valgrind's pick, so I'm excited to see what Sbubby shows here. So, I mean, taking your opponent's pick is huge for your motivation. I'm sure they're coming into this next one very, very excited, very confident.
That's one of my favorite things about this game. Looking into this, you would think that Valgrind would have it based on their initial score, high score. And Sbubby took it. You just never know. Ooh, looks like we've got some ΔMAX.
Sbubby picked ΔMAX. Oh my goodness. Yeah, watch. Look at the speed mod that these players are choosing. Sbubby went with that 1.0. Valgrind looking to keep it a little bit slower. For players that don't know, the delta in the name ΔMAX it stands for change, right? And this chart changes BPM a lot, 100 to 573. It just goes up one by one by one. And so it is unbelievably difficult to time here, especially if you're going for this MA, these marvelous counts. So you can see here, I mean, on the 0.75 screen on Valgrind actually going for boost here, just to get that little extra bit of clarity at the top. Yeah, and actually the background video you can see, it's a little hard to see with the players' player board's play screen. But the background actually shows the BPM as it changes.
I can feel this song creeping up on us.
Yeah, this is a brutal, this is one of the hardest 17s to time in the entire game.
You can do no wrong.
Yeah, Sbubby coming ahead by about 20.
You're on fire.
Yeah, I'm wondering how Valgrind's going to handle this boost on 0.75. Because you have to kind of shift where you're looking, get to that top as the BPM changes really high. That boost starts to become a little too fast, so you need to shift your eye down a bit. But Sbubby is able to just kind of keep it in the same general area. And I'm sure they practice this plenty to be able to handle the BPM changes. And it looks like they have. They're coming ahead by about 30 EX here as we get to these higher BPMs.
You can physically see the notes starting to stretch away from each other.
Valgrind dropping a miss there, a couple. It's really going to hurt their EX. But at the end of the day, it comes down to that marvelous count. Coming into the end here, looks like Sbubby's going to take this pretty handedly. Final couple streams.
They weren't sweating before, they were now.
Nice.
Great.
Great GFC from Sbubby there.
Stage clear. Excuse me, is your name perfection?
As they're carding in right now. Just again, this is Orca and Fashion here on HT's channel. We're having an absolute blast here at the Stake on the Lake in Mentor, Ohio. It is a beautiful, sleety, snow, disgusting mixture when yesterday was about 70 degrees.
Yeah, I came here yesterday in a sweatshirt and like a long sleeve shirt under, pants, everything, and I'm sweating so bad in the arcade. It's packed with like 200 people. I come in today, you know, shirt and shorts ready to play my bracket matches, and I feel like I was turning into a popsicle on my way in. And even like stepping outside for a bit, it is so cold out. Ohio weather. For anyone in chat that's not from Ohio, Ohio weather is an absolute joke. We have like 50 seasons here.
This mistake on the lake was the effect that it brought. We have Orca next to me wearing a Hawaiian boater today.
Oh yeah, I'm repping my 614 hat. Playing the Ghidorah side bracket. Shout out to Pivot Tyrio and Little Blake here. They got me a cool little outfit. It's a Hawaiian hat with some DDR arrows on it. I wish I could show you guys in chat. So PQQP is coming up from the lower pool. Ash is not. Ash started here level 10. So I believe they're going to be able to play a warm-up song here. Yeah, it's Ash playing the CSP, PQQP, opting to play the ESP. And I promise you guys in chat, his tag is PQQP, despite what it may look like on stream. Those are cute. I don't know if it's like, if they made it that to get around the profanity filter, but yeah.
We are using this warm-up effectively in this disgusting snowy weather.
Yeah, PQQP opting to watch the other match going on right beside them.
Don't absolutely blame them. I figure they're already plenty warmed up at this point. So Ash can definitely take this opportunity to get a little loosey-goosey.
What PQQP is watching on the other stream here. Right beside me on this other chapter, where we have a pool with ZSL, Miko, Cardmaster, and Andy, who I believe moved up from the lower pool. That streamed to, is it Renatos? AG10.
We are on AG10.
AG10.
That'll be streamed to Ohio DDR Twitter. Twitch.
Yep. So if you guys want to watch some DDR and you're getting tired of our voices here on the stream, I don't know how you could be. We have lovely voices.
We absolutely do.
Then, yeah, pop over to Ohio DDR. I also believe that Sound Voltex bracket is in its finals over on twitch.tv/DairyDude. So they're running their final 8 people there if you're interested in some Sound Voltex gaming. It's getting hype in the house tonight. I'm sure you guys in chat are loving it. I wish everyone could be here. The energy here is absolutely insane. My voice is shot from yesterday. Nothing even happened yesterday. I was just getting so excited. I was screaming all over the place.
We have some nice herbal tea for our staff to help us out. And it's just because we're so excited to be doing this.
Yeah, huge. I cannot shout out Ohio DDR enough here. Every single person that's TOing, staffing, commentating, flexing, gopher, everything. These guys are the real MVPs. They're putting on an unbelievable show for these players. And everything I've been hearing, everyone's been loving it. Players are having so much fun. We're having so much fun. Putting in work, making a mistake on the lake, solidifying it, and Bamani Gaming history here. Over 170 people in the house tonight. Absolutely unbelievable.
All right, so we have some new Decade Soda Fujinori. A lot of speed changes again seems to be a popular choice for these higher brackets. Or pools, I'm so sorry, round robin.
Yeah, in this pool, they have 14s or 17s. And so when players are this good, I mean, look at this white combo from Ash here starting out, 75 white combo. When these players are this good at MA, you have to pick some tricky lowers. Because everyone's going to be MAing the crap out of this. So new Decade, definitely one of those with a lot of speed changes. I'm sure both of these players are going to handle it just well. Coming to 150 combo, both with yellow.
For anybody joining at this point, yellow, they have yet to drop their combo and their timing has been golden. No pun intended, literally. It will change colors as they get great and good, which are not very great or good.
Yep. Yeah, and a refresher too. The people just tuning in, EX scoring is very different than the money scoring that you may be used to from playing DDR. I believe a Marvelous is worth 4, and every single judgment below that is worth 1 less. So Perfect's worth 3, Great's worth 2, Good's worth 1, Miss is worth nothing. And so when you see your players dropping combo or dropping great like PQQP here just did, it's really not the end of the world. It really just comes down to that Marvelous count at the end of the day. It's worth so much. Dropping a lot of good actually, and Ash losing that. yellow combo. Neither player is kissing, but Ash taking it by about 18, I believe, or 16 points. I'm terrible at math, so don't expect me to always get it right. But yeah, Ash won. Ash won by a couple points, I promise.
You're a teacher, but not a math teacher, so you're safe.
Yeah.
All right, let's see if they continue with these high BPM Softland songs. Okay.
Digitalizer, that's interesting. Yeah, so coming in from a 14 with a lot of speed changes into Digitalizer, Digitalizer is a 17, which players probably consider a little bit on the easier side for like scoring. It has a lot of really fast crossovers, so it's stamina testing for sure. Yeah, someone in chat actually corrected me. Yeah, I wasn't quite sure on that. 3-2-1 for Marvelous Perfect Grave. So yeah, I believe then good and miss was 0. That makes a little bit more sense. Thank you in chat there. More knowledge than me on the commentary booth.
They seem to be loving that techno soda tonight, and I'm all aboard. It's nice. You really can't get too many soda house tracks in the 17s, unfortunately. I'd love to see a challenge chart of, you know, one of the more slow songs like Saturday Night Love, but that's not going to happen.
Yeah. Like I was saying, this chart has a lot of fast crossover stuff, so we'll definitely be looking out for that for players to maybe lose a little EX. You got the beat, you can do no wrong. Ash is pulling ahead by about 10 here at the beginning. They're going to definitely feel very confident after winning this last pick. Coming to this one, pulling ahead by a lot here, actually about 20. PQQP is definitely probably feeling tired. I mean, they did come up from the last pool, so I'm sure stamina may be an issue here, just ripping 17.
As you mentioned, stamina having a lot of crossovers. You might notice their bodies completely pivoting by 180 degrees for some of our newer players. They have to cross their bodies like that for these specific nose placements that you see here, which is a huge stamina drain, especially at this high of a level with this many notes.
For sure. And I was saying it before we started here, actually. These players here at level 10, when you're playing lowers, like, you need to be on lock. And so then when you come into the uppers, you need to stay there. And it's such a different like mindset that you have to have coming from a 14 to a 17. Especially like New Decade, they just played New Decade. Coming to a lot of speed changes. This turret has no speed changes at all. It's just pure hit the notes as you see them, hit those crossovers, make your feet move fast. And Ash is definitely doing that right here. They're making their feet move very fast. Coming in about 50 EX ahead of PQQP here, taking it here. Everyone happy in the house, PQQP raising his hands up.
I'm very impressed. Yeah, you can see how tired, especially PQQP is after playing a previous bracket too, and still putting on this good of a show for all of us. So thank you to everyone here playing as well. I'm very excited to be here this year with it being 3 days, more than just one game, outside of that party room back by the billiards tables. This year has been a blast, so we just need to keep up this momentum. Every year better than the last. That's what I'd love to keep making.
For sure, yeah. I don't know when we're cutting it off at pools, but I believe we will be leaking into tomorrow to actually do the rest of the pool. We definitely don't have enough time. They're going to kick us out before we finish it here tonight, so we're going to go into tomorrow. But yeah, for anyone in chat, we had 5 different brackets here actually, and they were all streamed. So if you want to check VODs, Dance Rush freestyle bracket, I believe the VOD there is going to be on AGKen's YouTube channel, so if you guys want to check that out. People busting it down, showing us their best moves. And then DDR A3 doubles on this, those on the gold cap here. That went on as well. I believe it was streamed to Kitty Catastrophe's account. So you'll want to check the VOD there for that. It'll be uploaded later. As well as, again, Sound Voltex being streamed currently in finals over on their dude's account, as well as the other cap here, DDR in the same level 10 on the other side of bracket here, being streamed on Ohio DDR. Go and check that out. Ash and Sbubby here on Trigger ESP. Very tricky 16 with some super weird patterns, some super weird slow down speed ups. Coming straight into it.
And we cannot forget about our Pump It Up friends. We cannot leave them high and dry. They are over there working just as hard.
Yeah, definitely pop in and out of all these streams. Unbelievable slow down. Sbubby shooting that beautifully, just dropping the combo, but getting some great EX. These players are neck and neck here. Dead even. Another slow down. Yeah, these slowdowns hit like a truck if you're not ready for them.
100 combos. Perfect. You got the beat, you got the song, you can do no wrong.
Both players hitting that stop really, really well. Sbubby keeping their lead by about 10 EX here. There's still some more tricks up his trick sleeve though. So Sbubby is not in the clear.
Absolutely not. We've got plenty of time left in this song with a lot more speed changes to come.
Yeah, and actually Ash is catching up a bit. Wow, they're actually about 2 EX behind. Taking the lead by actually a little bit here. Yeah, Sbubby dropping a lot of grades in the slowdown.
You're the combo king.
Wow, they were able to take that lead really quick. Yeah, in these higher levels, I was saying earlier, it comes down to 10 or less, those single digits, 1 or 2 perfects here. Ash needs to keep this lead here.
That's what I'm talking about.
Nice, and Ash actually takes that from under Sbubby's nose. Sbubby had a lead there for so long.
That all changed in a moment.
Yeah, these slowdowns are absolutely brutal. A lot of players too. If it's not your pick and you're not familiar with a chart, which I'm sure all these players are familiar with most of these charts here at the upper levels, you might not know what speed mod to use, and that can really trick you up on these super, super slow slowdowns. Like, you know, stuff like Ace for Aces, Trigger here, and Damien has some pretty slow stuff if that ever gets picked. Fascination MAXX, actually. This is a classic 100, 200, 400 BPM here. I believe we're going to be playing the ESP because this pool is 14 to 17. Yeah, Sbubby actually having a really low money score for this chart. So I'm wondering if they're going to be familiar with the patterns.
We just never know. Earlier, we had to come back from the same story. So
Yeah.
I'm excited to see how this one turns out.
Yeah, you can really never tell who's going to take it just by what their PBs on the charts are. Money score is so different. And that's like, if anyone in chat's paying attention, whenever players are like winning by money score or losing by EX, it's actually very common for players with like maybe better MA but aren't as good as like maybe comboing and stuff. You lose a lot of money score from those, but maybe you can win in a tournament setting with EX. So it takes a very special type of skill set to be able to handle the EX scoring system here. And when Sbubby is up ahead by a little bit, but actually loses a lot of EX on that stream there, so Ash is going to take it to the slowdown section by about 10.
200 combo.
Some players might see a lot of different colors on the screen. So those colors actually correspond to the beat that these notes fall on, which can help you reading with these slower parts and can hinder you in some of the faster parts when all of them are red because your BPM is so fast. It's a little bit to help them out with, but you really have to know the songs that you're playing.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, there's so many. DDR is very well known for its gimmicks. These players really, at this higher level, you have to be absolutely dead on with these. He's probably taking a lot of misses here. He's going to fall behind a little bit. Pulling ahead this last string section here. Absolutely brutal. All green notes, it makes it so hard to time. Players dropping a lot of misses. So they actually have a chance if they can take it. Oh, behind by about 40.
That song was quite a stamina drain. That just icing on the cake for a lot of our players.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Great MA there from Ash. If you look at that, you can definitely tell with that EX scoring. I mean, Ash almost like 70 perfects less than Sbubby, and that really is what kills it, right? You can have money score for days and still lose your pick if you don't have your MA on point.
All right, 10 p.m. here, and a dozen or so songs later in PQQP, still up here gaming. Let's see how much of an influence that has on the scores that are coming up. But that adrenaline sometimes can be a blessing. It can power you through maybe some things that you couldn't have done otherwise.
Yeah, PQQP here is definitely probably hurting for stamina. They've been playing all day here. They need a well-deserved break in between here. So I'll have to see what their picks are going to be. Yeah, PQQP is definitely going to be wanting to hopefully stick to some lowers or open up the 14 quarter. So they're definitely praying for some physically easier. Oh, Midnight Amaretto.
All right, Camellia, my beloved. Let's hear it.
Yeah, you open the 14 quarter. You're hoping for some fun charts. Easy to MA. Nope, you get Midnight Amaretto. Swinging all over the place. Valgrind has a, what is that, a 36 P on this. I would hope it's their pick, I believe, because PQQP's they've been wanting to stick to that P2 pad. So I believe they chose pad to be on the right side on 2P here. And then we're playing Valgrind's pick first. Valgrind reading this at a blistering 5x.
We've been watching a lot of 17s recently, so we're slowing it down to a 14. Still difficult. If you haven't played before, don't jump up and try a 14. But it's going to come down a lot more to the technique fundamentals with this.
Yeah, certainly. In this one, Midnight Amaretto is very well known as being one of the harder 14s to MA. And so physically, it may not be that challenging. So PQQP actually holding very well with Valgrind despite being probably exhausted out of their mind. Thankful to have the 14, but one that's super hard. It hits a little bit early on those, that up jackhammer. Still neck and neck here. Valgrind only ahead by about 3 EX. Hoping to hold this into the swingy section. Bunch of gallops, jackhammers, just hitting a little early, losing a bit of EX. PQQP not close behind, dead even. This really is anyone's pick here.
We are one off right now. This is a great match. Dead heat.
Yeah, wow, it's really going to come down to single-digit EX here. He's holding great, ahead by 5 here now, and takes it by about 5 EX. Incredible performance there.
The look on their face is disbelief for them as well.
Yeah, and you can see that only ahead by 5 EX. Look at that perfect count. Valgrind behind by about 20 perfect, but held there with only 1 grace. Almost PFCing that. That would have been unbelievable to have a PFC but still lose. Because it's really about that MA. I can't hammer that enough. It really is about that marvelous count here.
When you are playing, unless there is some form of hold or pause, you might not know where your opponent is in their EX score. You could be 1 apart, you could be 100 apart, you just don't know.
PA Overhead's calling for Ben Madsen right now. I hear it so loud. Fun little factoid, I don't have headphones on. I can hear the absolute full blast of this venue. I've been hearing it all day.
You live for it.
We're loving it. Yeah, we're loving out here in Mentor, Ohio. P here, yeah, 16. P here having the better money score coming into this chart. And I believe Midnight Amaretto was a Valgrind's pick, so this is probably one that P's hoping to come in very confident after taking that last one. And coming down, I believe they're down 0-1. So they want to take this and even out their record in level 10.
I crown you king, combo king.
We've got some gold combos so far. Let's see how long they last.
Combos.
P just pulling ahead by about It's going so fast, but I believe less than 10.
You got the song, you can do no wrong.
Valgrind taking a miss there. Resetting their combo. Taking are good too. They're choosing to read this very slow as compared. I believe they read around about 5x, which is like 650. And this is 150 BPM. I believe. I wasn't paying attention. It's 150.
It is 150.
So
It's
they're
a lot
opting,
slower.
they're opting to read this a lot slower. Just because of the patterns and the gimmicks here in this chart. Yeah, and so for any players in chat or viewers in chat, maybe not unfamiliar with something like the tournament or like intricacies of this game, usually players opt to try to read on the highest end of scroll speed. Speed mod that it can physically handle, because typically it's easier to keep that marvelous window locked in when you're reading as fast as you possibly can. So reading a lot slower takes a big hit to your MA. As you can see here, P almost halving Valgrind's perfect count here. Unbelievable performance after coming out of the pool below them to keep fighting for their tournament spot. So P's going to take this 2-0 to even out the record at 1-1. So this is on, we are commentating on the A side, so 1. So whoever wins this pool here is going to go on to face Captain Carbon, Roger Clark, and Legend Max in the next pool. And PQQP, again, for anyone that might not have been keeping up with the stream here, started in level 7? Level 7. So they took level 7 against Blue Tiger, Molly, and Sbubby, moved up into level 8 against CYHD, Cygnus, and T-Swift, took that, went up against Big Matt, Dragon, and Malkier, and then took that. This is their 4th level. So they've played, what is that, 3, 6, 9. At the end of this level, they're going to have to play 12 sets of DDR in such a short span. It's getting so hot, and there's so many gamers compact in this round 1 here. I can tell they're getting exhausted, wiping their face off, getting that sweat. They got the bandana on, keep the sweat out of their eyes. They're ready to game here against Sbubby.
Looks like we've got the notorious Best Western Hotel Room Towel, a tournament classic.
They're playing Orca, that's me! That's me!
That's you!
That's me!
They've got to play fashion, but not quite a tournament song.
Yeah. Sbubby choosing a lot of gimmick charts, I've been noticing. They seem to handle this slow reading really well. So I think this is definitely their pick, I would assume. Yeah, and like that, Trigger, ΔMAX. They really have these gimmick charts on lock. So I'm hoping to see something really powerful from them. I'm really excited to see what speed mod they go for as well. Because if you look at the BPM, it goes from 39 to 310. That 310 section is only in a couple parts. That's really easy to memorize if you practice this chart a bit, which it seems like Sbubby has almost having a PFC on this. Option read at 2.25, and actually P 2.75. So don't make me do math, but 2.75 times 310 is very high. Probably higher than people are opting to read most of the time. Getting their EX on here. P coming ahead by about 3 at the beginning.
You got the step, you got the flow, keep up the perfect combo.
First slowdown section here, it's going to go straight into 310 BPM. Using a lot of EX there, Sbubby's able to take ahead. Another really fast section right into the super quick slowdown. This chart is so brutal for going from 310 BPM straight down to like 60 BPM. It's so jarring.
It's just a lot of practice from these players. I can't imagine how much these players have been practicing in preparation of this tournament. Just not what do I want to play, but what are the other people going to want to play to try to trick me? So a lot of playing outside of your comfort zone to prepare for those kinds of things too.
Yeah, the thing too, as you get to these higher levels, I mean, you're going to start seeing names you recognize. People definitely doing a lot of reconnaissance. I said that word earlier, and I said it wrong, so I'm saying it right now, reconnaissance, on each other to try and see, you know, what skill sets one player's good at, one player's bad at. So
Have we had a combo break from Sbubby? I see a gold.
Yeah, I believe that is a PFC so far. I don't think they've dropped combo yet. I mean, they're ahead by about 80, 90 EX now, dropping their first grade there. Just a couple more stop memorization parts here to finish it out. And Sbubby is going to take this first. PQQP accepting their loss here. Sbubby taking it 1-0 so far.
At this point, after all of the rounds PQQP has played, you gotta conserve that energy. And at that point, when you know you're 100 behind and the song's about to end, you can't come back from that. Save it for the next one and come back swinging harder.
100%. You gotta know your limits. There's a point where you gotta push yourself, right? You wanna get better, you wanna go beyond ultra beyond. But there comes a point where, you know, you start to get diminishing returns, you can't really handle these cards. And I mean, Pete coming 3 pulls up and still putting on this unbelievable performance. I hope everyone chat's rooting for them, giving them a hand. They're absolutely killing it here at Mistaken Lake 4 in the DDR singles bracket.
All right, we have some Procyon coming up. Another not blazingly fast, a 160, usually nice and comfy. So I want to see, perhaps someone has really been practicing this one because their money scores are only 2,000 apart and they're both triple A's.
Yeah, this is definitely a more straightforward 15. Some tricky rhythms, more stamina intensive. And coming into this, I mean, Sbubby and P coming off a gimmick chart, going straight into this more straightforward chart. Gonna be an MA battle here. So we'll definitely see this yellow combo hopefully holding for a lot longer than an Orca. It's gonna come down to, you know, just a couple perfects.
100 combos.
Incredibly tight score. Difference of less than 10 between the two of them.
Sbubby being the first to drop their yellow combo here. P still holding strong. Sbubby dropping a good as well, dropping behind by about 20 EX. It's going to really hurt. They have a very large uphill battle to climb. That super weird syncopated yellow up jackhammer there. P hitting that marvelously. No pun intended.
All right, we still have PQQP holding on to that yellow combo. All marvelous and perfect to the point in this song. That is impressive. Commentary karma, my apologies.
We have to have commentators Chris every once in a while. It's required.
Okay.
I don't know if anyone chat's playing the bingo. I believe someone made a bingo and was posting in the Ohio DDR server. But there is a square for commentator's curse. So if you guys are watching it live and doing the bingo, you can cross that off.
Yeah.
P here taking, I believe their pick by about 30 EX. Great performance. 40 perfect. That's so unbelievable.
I can see where that energy went after that last song.
Yeah, blowing my mind. I'm impressed by the scores that these players are putting up every single song. So it really is up in the air here. I think P definitely has been holding that MA game on lock. Going to the 14th quarter.
Okay.
Oh.
Very fast. Speed changes galore.
Yeah. Yeah, this is another rough one from Tag Underground. Shout out to Tag in the house tonight.
Shout out to Tag.
Came here first time in America. Chooses to come to a DDR tournament here in Mentor, Ohio. We love it. Everyone's been saying hi, taking pictures with them. And we've been having a blast here. Hopefully Tag's been having a blast. We can see P's rival, actually Andy, I believe was just wrapping up their pool on the other set over on Ohio DDR. I'll have to check how they did. But we got a lot of people, a lot of friends in the house. I believe there's a group came up from Michigan. We got Ohio DDR in full force here tonight.
We have multiple countries
Multiple countries,
in full force here tonight. Not just tag as well. We had people from Mexico and Puerto Rico, not every country, but it's a long travel nonetheless.
Yeah, it definitely helps. We had a lot of different games. Yeah, I said earlier, if anyone hasn't checked out the other games we had, Dance Rush, DDR doubles, Pump It Up. I believe Pump It Up's still going on. Might be going super late tonight. And Sound Voltex is about to begin wrapping up here. So if you're a fan of any of those games, make sure to check them out on their respective streams or look out for the VODs here. Sbubby just ahead by a couple EX.
It's incredibly tight. Sometimes not even a couple, just one.
Yeah, neck and neck.
Yes, that's one.
200
That's
combos.
done.
Oh yeah.
This is some good DDR, dare I say.
Both players holding this speed change and slow down very well. Coming back into the speed up here after this section. P opting to double step those crossovers instead of actually crossing them over.
Quite interesting here. PQQP still holding the gold combos, but Sbubby pulling ahead in some parts. Even if you've dropped that Marvelous Perfect, if you have more perfects than Marvelouses compared to your opponent,
Yep.
that can make the difference.
Yeah, 100%.
This is down to the wire.
Yeah, P actually pulling ahead by only a couple EX here. Now coming to the last couple sections of this.
Song number 3. Oh my gosh, my
Someone's
heart is
screaming.
pounding.
Baby's freaking out. My ears are getting blown out. It's crazy in here tonight. Everyone's rooting for these players. Coming down to the last couple EXP, pulling ahead by a lot.
Oh,
He's going to take it by about 10 EX here. Absolutely unbelievable for that tiebreaker. Huge shout out to these players here, holding strong to the very end, putting on a great show for us here tonight. We're giving it our all, I believe. P's 1-1. I believe Sbubby's 1-1 as well. So we got Valgrind and Ash here going to play, I think, to determine who... It's really close. I actually don't know because I think it's determined by actual set wins. So I'll have to wait actually till after this to see what happens because they might have to play a tiebreaker. But it's very close. Players have been like, all the players that have been losing to a player have been beating the other players. So it's like everyone's trading wins and losses against each other. Yeah, there's no single person that's been like pulling ahead in this pool here. It's been very close.
All right, into the 15 folder to start things off. We're going for the top. Oh, no, we're not. We can still go for the top, but just metaphorically and not literally.
These players want to make our job as hard as possible.
Oh, fun.
Sweet home party. I am very unfamiliar with this chart, so I'm going to be experiencing it here with everyone in chat.
Looks like we've got a little bit of everything from that gauge on each side of their panels there.
First stage.
Yeah, Valgrind having a really great money score there on P2 side.
Ready, set, step.
Yeah, it seems like this chart's going to have some gradual or slight BPM changes. Those make it very hard to keep track of. Yeah, these swing rhythms. Swing rhythms can be an absolute pain in the behind to handle with this MA. Both players actually dropping their PFCs, their yellow combos, early on before 100 combo.
With that swing, you have to feel it in the soul. All right, we have Ash dropped combo, but still incredibly close. If we have some accuracy from Ash, it's anybody's game.
Yeah. Yeah, Ash actually was pulling ahead there in the beginning, but now Valgrind has been pulling ahead here, and as we hit the middle section of this chart, about 15 EX ahead heading into the second half.
300 combos.
Wow, hitting those swing.
Whoa. Here comes the speed up.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, Valgrind actually getting a a bunch of really great Marvelous chains there. So pulling ahead by about 40 EX now, actually, into the speed up section again. Yep, all set there for Valgrind to take it. Throwing his hands in the air and yelling something that I couldn't quite hear. They seem excited to take this point from Ash. Feeling very, very confident. I'm loving the confidence from these players. Yeah, and you can actually see before they left that, actually Valgrind was behind on perfect count. Ash actually having the better perfect count. But that great count really bit them in the butt. It was those speed ups. They're so hard to handle if you're not absolutely ready for them.
Now we get to go for the top. Oh, don't play me like that. Maybe. Okay.
Very fitting. I believe all these players are going to go for the top here. They want to move on to the next pool. They don't want this to end their tournament life. They want to be solidified a mistake on the Lake 4 history here. And go for the top.
All of our competitors really are in their own way. It's filling this pool and being a part of this community.
Yeah, and it's not about who wins and who loses. It's about who has the most fun.
But also about who wins and loses.
But also it's about winning.
Yeah.
These players want to win. I can feel it. Look how serious they are. I'm loving this. Absolutely completely dialed in on this chart. Ash coming ahead by about 20 EX here at the beginning.
Look at all that play. You're the combo king.
All right, about 10 EX separates the two.
200 combos.
Ash PFCing these drills here. Valgrind falling behind by a little bit. Ash coming ahead by about 40. Tie. Gonna take your attention away from our set. Sorry. There's just a tie on the other cabinet. Andy and Miko just 1749 on Revolution. Unbelievable.
If you don't have these windows snapped to each side of your monitor, what are you doing right now?
Yeah, the great thing about this setup is we can hear every single pop-off in the house.
So can our competitors on this stream, for what it's worth.
Yeah. Yeah, Ash playing ahead on his own pick by a decent amount. As to be expected, so I believe we're going to have a 1-1 here where we're going to want to go to a tiebreaker. Great scores from both of these players. Valgrind holding up some great MA. Yeah, look at that. I cannot. For players in the chat that maybe have never experienced a DDR tournament before, these Marvelous windows are unbelievably tight. You can hop on a DDR cab and maybe be able to rip like a 3 or 4, but getting those windows down, those tightest of tight Marvelous windows, it's so hard. These players have been training for years to be able to lock that down. And you can see that there, Ash with 28 perfects. Such a great performance for both these players coming to this tiebreaker. I
was asked the question by someone else who has not played before, why is perfect lower than Marvelous? Why isn't perfect? And just as Orca was saying, those windows are so incredibly tight. Some of us older players on some of those older versions, perfect was perfect. They introduced an even tighter window for some of these competitive moments. Players needing them, not wanting, not asking, needing these tighter windows because we have such good players with us.
Yeah, DDR started Sound Voltage as well, just adding a new judgment recently. Konami's been updating their games with a lot of new stuff to try to make it more esports friendly, make these matches look as interesting as possible. We don't want both players to always tie all the time.
Perfect is not perfect.
Them for it.
Yeah. Never perfect enough.
Yeah, never perfect enough. These players want to be Marvelous. On this 15 here, this Nero 15, this is a fairly straightforward one. This is going to be such an MA off for this final pick, this final tiebreaker.
You can do no wrong.
I've been pulling ahead by actually a lot here, despite both players holding yellow combo.
I think this is a fun opportunity to talk about the concept of ghost stepping with some of these higher competitors here. When they hold those long notes and nothing else is coming up, they will tap on a dead note, a note that is not on the screen, to keep their tempo like a metronome, so they can time their next hit more appropriately. This right here is a good song to go step on.
Valgrind still holding their yellow combo here, pulling ahead by a decent amount. Ash has an uphill battle to fight if they want to eke this out from under Valgrind's nose.
You're on fire! You got the step, you got the flow. Keep up the perfect combo. You're on fire!
If I'm not mistaken, this chart is about to have quite a few jumps coming up, which can be pretty difficult for people who are tired and keeping the timing between these big, long breaks.
Yeah, that's another thing too. I don't think it's talked about a lot is like cold timing. You know, where you have a long, like measure-long section where you're not hitting any notes and you have to jump back into it. These players really rely on hearing their own footsteps to keep time, and you want to keep it consistent. So when that's broken up by that or like syncopated stuff, a lot of those yellow notes like you see there that aren't ending on the downbeat, it can be super tough. And actually Ash was able to get a little bit of EX gain on Valgrind, but it might not be enough here coming to the last couple drills.
That's what I'm talking about. You got the magic touch, baby.
Valgrind still holding this PFC. It's a PFC to end it out and beat Ash 2-1 here.
The big smiles on both of our competitors' faces up here.
Yeah, we're having a great time.
Everybody is loving it. You can respect it when your cohort gets something like a PFC in a tournament.